for themselves, for their country, for their team. This is how we live.
I hate what it's doing to the game of golf. I hate it.
I think this is the future of golf. I think it's been the same for a very, very long time, and it needs to be stirred up a little bit.
The Rebel Tour dividing the global men's golf circuit has struck another blow with the signing of Australian Cameon Smith. He's the highest ranking player so far to sign up to the Saudi-backed tour with the promise of tens of millions of dollars.
Yeah, I'm just super excited for it all. Playing for mates and out there having fun with them, it's super exciting for me.
The LIV Invitational Series is being spearheaded by Australian golfing legend Greg Norman, who has won over about a quarter of the world's top men's golfers.
The Saudi Arabia, did you have hesitancy about going into business with them?
No, not at all, because golf is a force for good.
The question of taking Saudi money was also raised with Cameon Smith at a media conference in the US overnight.
There has been, a lot of stuff up in the air over the past month or so, but, for me personally, I'm here to play the best golf I can.
If I was his dad and he came home and said, look, someone's offered me $120 million US to play golf, 12 tournaments a year for the next 3 years, you'd send him to a psychiatrist if he said no.
But critics argue the ethical questions about Saudi financing can't be brushed away, citing the murder of Saudi journalist Jamal Khashoggi 4 years ago.
The Saudis are investing billions of dollars in sport. They've made it really clear in the last few years that they need to diversify their economy and reduce their reliance on oil. They know they can't do that if people think about Saudi Arabia and think about the murder of Jamal Khashoggi.
The Saudis do need to do something. I mean, you can't chop someone up and put them in a suitcase and get away with it.
James Erskine is a sports agent and former manager to Greg Norman and Tiger Woods. While acknowledging the Saudis' poor human rights record and the reasons behind its multi-billion-dollar investment in golf, he is sympathetic to the players who have signed up.
It's a bit of a harsh chat to say that golfers, have to stand up for human rights, etc., etc. If countries or people didn't do business with countries that had bad human rights, we'd be doing business with hardly anybody.
Come on, Cam, do it with me.
Cameon Smith's defection to the LIV Tour will come at some cost. Although he's still eligible for the 4 major international tournaments, he can no longer play in PGA events in the US, which will affect his world ranking.
To have 48 of the best, guys around the world playing and not to get world ranking points, I think is perhaps a little bit unfair.
Rugby League's biggest names are joining the rush to Rupert Murdoch's Super League.
The standoff is reminiscent of similar Australian sporting controversies.
We've had the wars, the cricket thing that was Packer did, World Series, that was over television rights. We've had the rugby league wars. They get sorted out. It's going to be hard to sort this one out.
But one interested party in all this has mostly kept out of the debate, the PGA Tour of Australia, which has declined to be interviewed.
They're going to allow the players that have signed for LIV to come down and play.
Editor of Inside Golf, David Newbury, says the LIV Tour is likely to come to Australia, dwarfing any events the PGA can hold.
12 of the last, 24 major winners have now signed for LIV, so that's got to be great for Australian golf fans.
Cameon Smith insists his decision wasn't solely motivated by money, expressing a desire to spend more time in Australia and at his old club in Brisbane's northern suburbs. Ken Mackay runs the local junior tournament here, named in honour of the local hero.
I support his decision because he's a mate. I don't know enough about LIV Golf, I don't know enough about the PGA. I just love watching him and good tournaments, good players play golf.
And that's the sentiment Cameon Smith is hoping will see him and his colleagues through the controversy.
Do you worry, or does it cross your mind there might be any sort of backlash to this decision when you do get back home?
I think with any big decision that you make in life, there's a potential to get criticism, and with that, I mean, everyone's entitled to their own opinion.
To bring this new exciting format to Australia, I think will be, embraced, and I can't wait to get back down there.